I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rockin' Knicks University main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Morning Time show. Thank you. The Knicks Morning Drive. Salute. Dom, I see you. Building Blocks is in the building. Cowboy Bob is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man, my phone is in there on the charger charging. Oh man, Philip from the Florida East Coast. Salute, man. I hope y'all safe, brother. I hope y'all safe. I talked to my son last night, man, and he said the sounds of the storm was crazy last night, man. So salute to everybody that's in the vicinity or adjacent to the path of that storm. I hope life gets back to normal as soon as it possibly can. Of course, what can you do? Mother Nature, man. So it's one of them things. I just hope everybody is safe. If everybody's safe, then we can try to get back to some semblance of normality, if that's a word. So, Smitty is in the building. Pete, what's good? Andios is in the building. Yeah, man. Salute, a.k.a. Mr. Nobody is in the building. Salute. I'm going to try to talk about, thank you. I'm going to try to talk about this Knicks game last night. Of course, I'm all over the place because that storm has really got me feeling kind of bad because I know people in that area that were affected. Coach was in that line. Coach Malpica was in that line of the storm, and my son and some others. And so I'm really concerned about them. And I'm also concerned about there's some Knicks fans in our chat that are in that path, that were in that path also. So for those that pray, man, pray. For those that are concerned, be concerned. Be heard, because there are others out there that are concerned as well. If there's a way that you can help those people, do it without hurting yourself. Right? That's the main thing. If there's a way to help others without hindering yourself, if that makes sense. Do it within reason, right? My Mets made the LCS last night. Michael Dollar is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. I I got to talk about it, though. I have to talk about what we saw last night from the Knicks. Torres is in the building. Salute. I have to talk about what we saw last night from the Knicks. Understanding that the Washington Wizards are a young team. Understanding that the Washington Wizards are a very young team and they may be the worst team in the NBA right now. Not because they have a lack of talent, but because they legit are committing to a rebuild, a real one this time. I'm going to tell y'all something. About the third quarter, I called IKBM Dre to let him know if the offense we saw last night is the offense that the Knicks are going to be running going forward, the Knicks are the best team in the NBA. Hands down. Hands down. Right? And not because I got, I get overly excited over made shots. I don't care about made shots in the preseason. I don't care anything about made shots in the preseason. I don't care anything about missed shots in the preseason. What I care about in the preseason, is, how we got those looks. What did your offense do for you to generate those looks? Right? What did the offense do to generate those looks? Last night, one of the things that stuck out to me immediately is Jalen Brunson stopped rejecting screens and accepted screens from Karl-Anthony Towns. And I know you're asking, what does that mean? What does that mean? Mitchell Robinson used to screen for Jalen Brunson. What does that mean? No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. When Jalen Brunson took those Karl-Anthony Towns screens, immediately 3 defenders had to engage the play. 3 defenders had to engage the play, right? When Mitchell Robinson set slip screens, 1 defender can just get in drop and spy Jalen Brunson. So now in the offense, you go from Jalen Brunson rejecting the screen because the defense didn't do what you wanted them to do. So he's like, no, just go. And Mitchell Robinson will take off. Right? Because you run the pick and roll to create a odd man advantage, right? You run the pick and roll to get an odd man advantage. You want your offense to have a switch and a numbers game. And last night, Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson created switches and advantages in the numbers game. When I saw it the first time, I was like, what am I looking at? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe it. The first time I saw it, I was like, you know what? This is different. Smitty says, Knicks defense fueled the offense and guys look healthy running and gunning in tips. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the defense part. Because this right here, fueled the transition offense. What I'm talking about now is the half court offense, right? I'm talking about the offense when the other team scored and Jalen Brunson brought the ball up the floor. I'm gonna get Smitty. I'm with you. I'm with you. But I got to do it one step at a time, though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it one step at a time. I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you, Smitty. I'm with you. But before I continue that, man, I just want to say, help us get to our goal by the end of the year of 4,000 subscribers. Right, that's our end of year goal, 4,000 subscribers. If y'all can help us get there by sharing on social media, subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, sharing with your friends, all of that stuff. We're gonna talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. We're gonna point out the obvious stuff and also listen to what it is that you have to say. Right. The half court offense, though, is phenomenal. And this is just the base. This is just the basics. What you saw last night was the start of something between a few guys playing together for the first time. Right? That's what you saw. What you saw was the base, the foundation of an offense that doesn't even know how powerful it can be because the pieces just came together a few days ago. I also want to ask, where are the Karl Anthony Towns haters at this morning? Where are the Karl Anthony Towns haters at this morning? Y'all remember yesterday we had the conversation and people were saying we're talking about Karl Anthony Towns. Where are they? Are they sleeping in this morning? Y'all remember yesterday I was here defending the team? I was here defending the team. Yes, I was here defending the orange and blue, telling everybody be fair to everybody. You never saw it. Give it a chance. Give peace a chance. That's a side note. That's just a side note, right? But that was a side note, right? But here's the symphony for us. The offense that the Knicks were running yesterday, ran last night, is a basic NBA offense. Everybody wants to run that type of offense, but everybody doesn't have all the requisite pieces to run it. Right? No big deal. The Knicks tried to run it, and they didn't have all the requisite pieces. Right? The Knicks tried to run it last year, but we didn't have a consistent offensive center. And we didn't have a center that could pass and dribble. We didn't have wing players that could consistently, knock down shots. We didn't have a backcourt that could defend, get the ball back to our offense. We didn't have multiple point guards that could give Jalen Brunson a break, so Jalen Brunson can be better in the minutes that he played. One of the things, one of the obvious things we saw last night was Jalen Brunson doesn't have to play 35, 36 minutes if you don't want to. Jalen Brunson can play about 33 minutes and put that energy from last year. At times, Jalen Brunson played 40 minutes. Jalen Brunson could put that 40 minutes of energy in a 33-minute bag, if that makes sense. DP in the building. Right? DP in the building. DP says, we did have a center that could pass and dribble. Who was it, though? Tell us who it was. We had a center that can pass and dribble and shoot and create and all that stuff. Say his name. Tarzan in the building. Mega in the building. The fact that we got high-level point guard play from Cameron Payne and Tyler Kolek last night lets us know that there are going to be moments where DP says he just said. Oh no! Listen, man. Respect to iHeart, but he's not Cat, bro. Respect to Isaiah Hartenstein. We're not gonna kick his back in. It's not about him. He's in Oklahoma City, man. I hope he have a great life. I hope he gets everything that he wants except the NBA championship. Right? I hope he gets everything he wants, man. He was a great dude while he was here, but this ain't the iHeart conversation. So he's not Karl Anthony Towns. The fact that the Knicks ran the pick and roll at the same time, ran backdoor cuts and 45 cuts at the same time that they had a spot-up shooter, put the defense in a whirlwind. See, because here's the thing. You can't put 3 on 2, then cover the back door and eliminate the 45 cut while scrambling out to the spot-up three-point shooter. Notice the offense had 3 options, and you can run the same play over and over and over and over and over and over, and they can't stop it because it's not a scheme issue. It's a personnel issue. It's a personnel thing. If the defense doesn't have the personnel to cover this, then you don't even have to get into your bag. All you have to do is run the same thing over and over. They cannot stop it. They can't. I'm cycling through my mind if there is a team that can defend the point of attack in a pick and roll, have a big that can drop and cover Cat and the passing angle from the ball handler, cut off the backdoor cut, the baseline cut. Y'all know the baseline cut when a dude is in the corner and as soon as the play starts, he cuts across the back door to threaten the big that's in drop coverage, right? And then the 45 cut comes through on the same on the same side as that to stop the tag man, you know what I'm saying, from just, man, it's, yeah. Tom Thibodeau did his thing. Tom Thibodeau did his thing, y'all. And if you're a Knicks fan and you saw that last night, forget the fact that it's the Washington Wizards. Forget the fact that it's the Washington Wizards, right? Forget the fact that they're a young team Forget the fact that a lot of Knicks were missing open shots at the beginning of the game last night. Right? What we want to look at is how did the Knicks generate offense? And how they generated offense was by making the offensive point of attack, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, the focal point, where the defense had to legit focus on. They tried to stop it with 2-on-2, and we got open threes from everywhere. We wasn't hitting them, but we got the look that we wanted. Then when the threes start falling, they tried to attack it with 3-on-2, but they wound up leaving guys in the corners and on the wing open. And then when they said, you know what, we're going to give up the back end and stop the top two levels, then Castle just going to the basket, getting fouled. I think Karl Anthony Towns shot like 10 free throws. It was a march to the free throw line. My guy Jay Boogie is in the building. Jay Boogie says, good morning to my Knicks family. Blessings, health, happiness to you all. This squad is learning how to become scary. Let's hit the like button. Bim, salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Jay Boogie probably out there on the road, man. Be safe. I'm not even going to hold you. Looking at that Knicks. Now, listen, I'm going to talk about the defense. It wasn't fair. It was damn near bullying. Right? I'm going to talk about the defense, right? It was damn near bullying. But the offense, when they go back and watch the tape and look at all the points that they left on the floor, there's going to be some fine-tuning. There's going to be some fine-tuning. And Boston, Indiana, y'all in trouble. Boston, y'all in trouble. So the point was brought up about the Knicks defense. The point of attack defense is scary. You saw Mikal Bridges' defense last night, deflections and things like that. You didn't see why those deflections occurred. The reason why a lot of those deflections occurred is because Josh Hart and OG Anunoby were smothering their best wing players. Josh got beat backdoor once. OG Anunoby got beat backdoor once. He was just ball watching. OG Anunoby gave up the layup at the rim. He was ball watching. It's preseason. It happens. Josh got beat one time. It happens, right? But if you consider this number, the Knicks had how many live ball turnovers did the Knicks have last night, everybody? Y'all remember watching the game, Clyde was saying, man, this team can't even get the ball across half. This is the worst. Clyde said this team should be embarrassed with this performance, right? Talking about Wizards. I'm going to see how many turnovers they had last night. The Washington Wizards had 30 turnovers last night. $30 turnovers last night. The Knicks offense was legit unleashed on them last night. While the Knicks themselves had 8 turnovers last night. The Knicks had 8 turnovers last night, and 3 of them were in garbage time. The Knicks starters had 5 turnovers altogether, and 2 of them were by Cat. The defense last night, my friends, was suffocating. It was borderline bullying. It was bullying. A young wounded team came in because they didn't have their point guard. They didn't have Malcolm Brogdon. I don't think Malcolm Brogdon would have been a factor anyway. Gio Concepcion is in the building. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Salute, salute. The ribbiest of all RMs, the king, is in the building. Salute. Again, we're trying to make it to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you can help us on our journey, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that like button. The offense looked scary last night, right? The offense looked scary. The Knicks took, let me see. I just want to make sure I'm correct. The Knicks took a total of 39 threes last night. We were 10 of 39 last night. That's not an impressive number. That's a bad number. Cameron Payne hit 4 of them. And the Knicks still won by 23 last night. So even with all that said, the Knicks offensively didn't make the shots that they wanted to. This team looks scary, everybody. This team looks scary. Yo, chat, when we get to 100 people in the chat from now on, y'all got to remind me to play some type of thing when we get to 100 people in the chat. Y'all let me know. Y'all want an air horn? Y'all want an air horn or something like that when we get to 100 people in the chat? Y'all want applause? Let me know when we get to 100 people, or somebody in the chat. Let me know what the sound effect we're gonna do when we get to 100 people in the chat. Every time we get to 100 people, every time we get to 100 people in the chat, y'all let me know what y'all want the play to be. Hey, this is y'all's joint, man. Y'all let me know. Let me know what y'all want the sound effect to be, the drop to be, when we get to 100 people in the chat. The defense last night, though, it's not even fair. There are going to be times when Deuce McBride, shout out to Wiz, there are going to be times where the Knicks are going to put Deuce, OG, and Mikal Bridges on the floor at the same time. And offenses are legit going to shut down. DSJ is in the building. Wiz says, applause. It's 100 people in the chat. Give it up for the chat. Salute to Wiz. DSJ is in the building. And Pete says, if Deuce was there, we'd have won by another 10 points. I agree. One of my concerns last night showed up, and it wasn't a rock in my shoe. I guess it was more like something to be aware of. When Kolick and Shamet and Payne were on the floor, we were really small. So much so that when Tibbs saw it, he quickly got Huck Porty off the bench. Earl! That's that man name, Tibbs. That man name is Earl. Tibbs, that man name is Earl. Earl! So last night, the adjustment Tibbs made with that small lineup was he immediately got Ariel Huck Porty up. And Ariel Huck Porty legit got up, came in off the bench, and started moving bodies. Move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body. Ariel Huck Porty is more physical than what I thought. Kerry Cox says, I don't like OG at the 4. Ooh. I appreciate your concern right there. I think we're in a place where Josh Hart has to play. Josh Hart has proven that he'll do anything it takes to win, including be a conduit on offense, just pass the ball. Right? He's got to pass. Josh Hart has to play. Josh Hart has to play. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with seeing him on that second unit. If the second unit is Kolick, Payne, Deuce, Josh, and Precious, I think we're way too small. I think we're way too small if that's the second unit. Wayne Peterson says, I think I prefer Precious at the 4 in the starting lineup. He's active on the boards and a good pick and roll up, but Hart brings more of a package of things. I don't know. Okay. My phone has probably been getting blown up. Yep. I'm going to do something really quick. Hold on for a second. All right, there's that. Okay. I think Josh Hart, everybody, and not to be disagreeable. I'm not saying this to be disagreeable, right? I think Josh has to start. I wish there was a world where we could add more beef to the starting lineup. I don't think what I saw last night, the Knicks were not running a power forward. The Knicks ran a balanced defense where the point of attack, if it's on one side, whoever was the weak side guy on the other side was the rim protector, whether it was OG or Josh Hart. If OG is guarding on one side, then Josh Hart is that weak side guy on the other side. If Cat is pulled to the front of the rim, and when I mean the front of the rim is wherever the ball is facing, then the backup guy, not backup in terms of depth chart, but whoever the rotation guy is, it could have been OG or Josh Hart. Excuse me. Thank you. Torres, what's good? Torres says Precious needs to be the 5. Are you going to scrap that offense that you saw last night and run that offense through Precious? I'm just asking. Did call Anthony Towns at the 5 wasn't impressive to y'all? I'm just asking. You want to see another guy? You want to see another guy in that Karl Anthony Towns role last night? Instead of Karl Anthony Towns posing a threat from the perimeter and as a roll man, should we have Precious Achiuwa do it? King Ribby says yes. Okay. And DSJ says, unfortunately, I agree. Hart is the starting power forward. I don't know if that will hurt us in the long run, but for now, it works. Yeah. The thing is, the Knicks aren't running a power forward. Again, everybody, the Knicks aren't running power forwards. The Knicks, they're not running a shooting guard either. They're running a ball handler, 3 wings, and a center. And I know that's difficult for some to understand because traditionally we're told point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. The Knicks aren't running that. The Knicks aren't running that. The Knicks are running 3 wing players, a center, or a big. Like Cat is not even the traditional center in this sense. And Jalen Brunson is not the traditional point guard in this sense. We're running a playmaker, 3 wings. Kerry Cox says OG at powerful. Okay. All right. Okay. So in order to say it where it makes sense, whereas, the Knicks aren't running a traditional style lineup. Those days basically are gone. The Knicks don't need a Charles Oakley out there. Right? Think about what we're complaining about. We're complaining that we didn't get enough rebounds in a game that we beat a team by 20 plus. And we didn't have Deuce last night. And so Smitty says Precious was power forward and plus 11. Okay. So I'm gonna ask Smitty. So when Precious played power forward, who was the small forward and who was the shooting guard? If Precious played power forward, who was the small forward and shooting guard on the floor with him? And it's got to be the classic power small forward, right? It's got to be the classic shooting guard. Now, you can't just have a power forward out there with wing players or combo guards, right? Smitty says Landry and TJ. Okay. Yeah, that was Okay. Where my mods at? Mods, man, we need 100 likes. Mods, we need 100 likes, man. We want to get the channel to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think it's a reasonable goal. And remember, remember everybody, that in a game where you're blowing a team out, a lot of Tibbs really didn't have to go in his bag. So a lot of the things that you want to see, you will probably get a chance to see, but he didn't have to show it last night against a bad team that you were beating by 30. Remember, Tibbs didn't have to show everything in his bag last night. It was just the Wizards. We went out there. We showed a few things. We didn't tip our hand. We didn't have to show the Celtics everything that we had on tape. So a lot of the things that y'all want to see, those things probably coming, right? Those things are in the bag, but you don't have to show everything you have in a blowout. So the Knicks have the Knicks are probably going to take it light today since they had a game last night. Nobody got injured. So the Knicks are probably going to take today off, look at tape. Right? Look at tape. Figure out a few things. Get some reps in. And try to stay fresh for the regular season. So everybody, I got to go out, get out of here, get on these phones. Maybe we can get 100 concurrent viewers tomorrow. I'm out of here, y'all. Thank everybody for coming through and hanging out. Peace, everybody.